I believe in this thing called advancement through adversity. In everybody's life, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter what walk of life you have, no matter what color, no matter what age, no matter what culture you come from, none of that matters. In everybody's life is a thing called adversity. I mean, I've been told that you are either on your way to some adversity, just coming out of some adversity, or in the middle of some adversity. But there's always some type of adversity in an individual life. The biggest challenge is doing adversity is to look for the advancement. Because my Bible says that God will never leave you nor forsake you. Well, if that being said, that means that there is some advancement in the midst of every adversity. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, give you hope in the future. So if those are the plans that God has for you, even in the midst of the adversity, those plans still are a part of His purpose and destiny for your life. But the biggest challenge is when you're in adversity to see the advancement. Oh my God, that's hard to do. Why? Because the adversity is so strong, is so prevalent in your life. I mean, you're going through your depression, you're going through betrayal, you're going through shock, you're going through all types of emotions that you're going through while you're in the adversity. It's very hard to see the advancement that's on the surface, that's right there on the landscape, because you're so busy looking at adversity, and you're looking in the tear, and your eyes are full of tears, and your heart is full of hurt, and sometimes hate, and sometimes rage, and you can't believe that happened to you. You can't believe God let this happen to you. You can't believe that he did that, or she did that, or they did that. I mean, you're in shock. I call it being pushed on this emotional roller coaster. It's like you didn't ask to get on this roller coaster. You didn't go to the amusement park, stand in line for 35 minutes to get on this roller coaster. Just one day, out of nowhere, you were pushed, shoved onto this emotional roller coaster called adversity. So your emotions are up and down and twisted loops, and one day you wake up, you feel good. You're talking about adversity now, and then the next minute later something triggers in a moment, and a thought comes up, and now you're not feeling good no more. Now you're angry and you're mad, or something goes wrong. It's an emotional roller coaster, and you never know when you're gonna get off. That's the problem with this emotional roller coaster. You never know when you're gonna get off. So my adversity took place May 11, 2013. May 11, 2013, my adversity took place. Well, before May came around, it was the month of April. I was in Indiana taking care of my mom. At that point, she was alive, but she was in intensive care, ICU, and I spent the entire month in Indiana, in and out of hospitals every day, caring for my mom. But that alone was enough adversity. But the adversity that almost took me out of this game came when I came back to my home in Florida, May 11, 2013, and I discovered that my then wife was having an extramarital affair in my house, in my master bedroom, in my bed. Oh my God. You talk about some adversity, that thing hurt. That thing ripped me apart. May 11, 2013, I'll never forget that day. That thing ripped me apart. It felt like I was in the middle of a boxing ring with Mike Tyson in his prime, Evander Holyfield in his prime, Mayweather in his prime, Muhammad Ali in his prime, George Foreman. I mean, I was literally getting hit from every angle. Bam, boom, bam. Oh, that hurt. Talking about depression, talking about betrayal, talking about lies, talking about everything. You question everything when you find that you're sleeping with the enemy. When you find out that you are literally sleeping with the enemy, you question everything. So that was some adversity that I was dealing with May 11, 2013. But it doesn't stop there. It gets worse. And I tell you my story, I'm very transparent, because I'm hoping that somebody be inspired by what I went through and realize that you can get up and make this thing happen for you in your life. But you may be in the midst of some adversity. So I thought that was enough right there. I thought that was quite a bit of adversity. I'm like, okay, God, I'll get over this. We'll make this thing happen. happen. But then it gets worse. During that time, while she was having this extramarital affair, we were literally pastoring one of the largest, fastest growing churches in Southwest Florida. I mean, we grew that ministry from 0 to over 600 members in a period of 4 or 5 years. Had 2 locations. I was preaching 3 times every Sunday. 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, driving all the way across town, 2 o'clock. I mean, I was one of God's generals, so I thought. And I felt like, really? Really? You gonna let this happen to me? One of your generals that gets up every day and try to advance your kingdom? So in the midst of teaching, moving to the state of Florida to open up your church and grow your kingdom, you allow Satan to walk into my door, into my home, into my intimate areas, into my bedroom? I'm sleeping with the enemy and I'm your general? Come on now, God. And if you know anything about church culture, you know, the wolves come out during the time of this adversity. When I announced to the church that I had discovered my wife was committing adultery, they didn't believe me. And at the time, my praise and worship leader, who was on staff, on payroll, decided that he can do better. So he wants to open his own church. So now the church split. Now I go from 600 people showing up every Sunday, 2 locations, to maybe 20, 30 people showing up. I can't survive. The church cannot survive like that. And so I'm still in adversity. I'm hurting. I'm going through pain, and the people who I married, people who I baptized, people whose marriages I saved, people who I actually helped save their homes, people who I helped, you know, their kids in school and gave the family money, and all the people who I've done things for. Now, when I run into them at the grocery store, they don't even want to speak to me. They look me dead in the eye, walk right past me in aisle 7, and won't even speak. Oh, that hurt. To have betrayal, to be stabbed in the back. I now know how Jesus felt. Hosanna, 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 1 minute, next minute, hang him and crucify him. But it didn't stop there. I'm talking about adversity. It didn't stop there. Because my spiritual daddy, who I had been serving for 10 years, who I literally was on staff at church taking care of one of his ministries, who I literally gave up a full-time job to come work at the church. And for 10 years, I went every week to the boardroom, sat at his left hand, his wife sat at the right hand, and helped him grow that ministry for 10 years, and he turned his back. Told me on the telephone February 2013, whatever month it was, that if I didn't get that thing right at home, if I didn't take care of that situation at home, don't ever call him back. Needless to say, I haven't talked to him since then. Talk about adversity. Talk about adversity. The woman that you love, the woman you've been married to for the last 10 years, you find that you are sleeping with the enemy, that she is having an extramarital affair in your house, in your master bedroom, in your bed. The church that you've been growing for the last 5 years, that you've been staying up late for, not getting paid to do the work that you're doing, just going and going and going and going and going. Now they turn their back on you. The man that you've been serving for the last 10 years, helping him build his ministry, has now turned his back on you. I'm talking about some adversity. But I picked this out as a human being, as a normal person. In the midst of my adversity, I was very, very angry, very, very mad. I was mad at God. I took everything that I had in my house that I used as my study. I had an office and I had studied. I had books everywhere. I took it all in the garage. I'm like, God, I'm done with you. I'm done with your people, because I had done this thing right. I had met this woman. I had for 6 months not even spoke to her, just smiled and just prayed about it. And then one day I took her to lunch and I did everything properly. And for 6 months after the first date, I didn't even kiss her, because I wanted to make sure it was the spirit man and not the flesh man. And I went to marital counseling 2 or 3 times with my pastors. I went to the whole process, no sex before marriage. I mean, I did it all right, only to be stabbed in the back. Somebody say adversity. You know what I'm talking about. You've been through something similar. May not have been the same circumstance and situation, but you've been dealing with some adversity. But now check this out. In the midst of all the adversity, in the mere fact that I wasn't even talking to God, didn't want to hear from God, some advancement started to raise his head. Oh my God. Where did the advancement come from? One day, I'm in this big house, because I kept the house. My mama told me a long time ago, you ain't got to be the smartest person in the room. Just be smart enough to have the smartest person in the room. So I got the smartest, baddest attorney I could find. We went to court and I kept the house. Beautiful 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 2-car garage, courtyard with a pool in it. Absolutely beautiful home that I purchased in 2010 for my family, and it never had any peace in it. I was able to keep that home. But now I felt I have this victory. I got this emotional roller coaster. I go to court, bam, the gavel hits, and I get to keep my home totally in my name. And I'm excited, hooray, I got this big beautiful home. But it's painful. I can't even go to it every day. I can't sleep. I have not slept in that master bedroom since May 11, 2013. I can't stand to be in it because of the memories. The mind just kept working with me. So I did all the R's. I tried to resurface the house and repaint the house and remodel the house and you know, you name it. I did all the R's that I could do to try to make it work. I even relocated for a while because the pain and the memories was too much. Driving to that house every day, pulling up into that garage every day, going into that house every day was too painful. But I tried. So I'm living in this big beautiful home. Mind you, I have no income, no job, no church, no nothing. But God, even though I'm not talking to him, he's still providing. He's still tapping me on my shoulder saying, I got you. I told you, kid, I will never leave you or nor forsake you. Now you're going through some stuff right now, but I got you. I know you ain't talking to me right now, but I'm good with that for a minute because I got you. And he made a way literally out of no way. I now see what people mean from the old school who say God made a way out of no way. May not come when you want him to, but he always right on time. I understand that now. Took some adversity to get it. But now peep this. Advancement is coming, y'all. Stay tuned. Here we go. So now one day, I'm trying to figure out what am I going to do next. I got this big beautiful home. Maybe I'll just sell it. But I can't sell it because it's upside down. I can't make any money. Remember, I have no income, no job, no income, so I need more than just a few dollars. Selling it doesn't work. I thought maybe I could just rent it. Rent it won't work because I wouldn't make about $200 or $300 a month because I got a mortgage payment on this thing. So maybe I'll just walk away. Maybe I'll just say, forget about it, walk away from it. It served its purpose. It was a terrible situation. I'm out of here. But then I'm a businessman. And actually I'm licensed in real estate, so I realized that to walk away from a piece of property didn't make any sense. So one day, out of nowhere, I'm talking to my best friend Roby. Matter of fact, she's now my personal assistant, my business manager at Harmony Homes, and she runs Assisted Living University. I mean, I've been doing it for 30 years. So one day, I'm talking to her. She's probably talking me off the edge. You know what? Somebody asked me in the middle of all this adversity, said, did I ever think about suicide? Hey, listen, man, you know, did you ever think about suicide? Now, listen, this is my complete honest answer to them. I'm being very transparent to you. I don't care how holy you think you are. You get hit below the belt, you get hit hard. You know, sometimes that flesh just rises up. So somebody asked me, you ever thought about suicide? I'm like, no, I never thought about suicide during the times of adversity, but I sure the heck thought about homicide. I thought about taking out the whole block. I knew where the girl had moved to. I'm a 12 Bravo combat engineer director of the battlefield, baby. United States Navy, United States Army. I've been taught how to blow stuff up. I'm talking about putting on my camouflage, putting on my war paint, rolling over to the apartment that she's living in now, blowing up her, blowing up the dog, the cat, the mailman. I can imagine the police asking me right now, why'd you kill everybody in the complex? Because they was at home. So no, never thought about suicide, but absolutely thought about homicide. Thank God I didn't go there, or you would not be hearing from me today. So anyway, my friend calls one day and she says, listen, I'm gonna call you back. I have to go into this group home and speak to these young ladies about self-esteem. And when she hung up, mind you, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with this house. The word group home echoed. Just kept echoing in my ear. And then I went to bed that night and it moved from my ear and my head to my spirit, man. Anybody had that late night visit from the Holy Spirit? Mine came at 2:48 and it was like, get up, started researching this thing called group homes. So I'm researching group homes. I'm online, I'm looking, don't know what I'm looking for. It's confusing, it's complicated, can't find no real answers and everything. So now we go into the next morning, I'm still up, I'm researching. I'm looking at group homes, I'm looking at foster home when kids foster out of the foster program at age 21. I'm looking at all kind of disability homes, and I run across this statistics. 4,000 people a day are turning age 85, and 70% of those will need assistance with their daily living. I'm like, okay, God, what do you want me to do about that? I can't open a nursing home. That's the only thing I knew about helping the elderly, is that eventually they go to a nursing home. So I don't know what you want me to do with this thing. And I kept searching and 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 kept searching, and pow, residential assisted living facility came to life. Now I go from this adversity to now I have a plan that I can convert this home that I have, this thing that causes so much pain, that which Satan meant for bad can now be turned for good, and I can turn it into a residential assisted living facility. Oh my God. Then I started crunching the numbers. As I told you, I had no job, had no income. I started crunching the numbers, and I started realizing the kind of service fees I can charge in this location, in this beautiful home. And I started researching. I said, oh my God, what an incredible business opportunity. And I'm researching and researching, trying to find the information, trying to find the knowledge, so I can turn this home into a residential assisted living facility. And then I go on this and I go on this, and I call here and I call there. And watch this now, in the midst of all this advancement, in the midst of all this excitement, in the midst of all this hope and this inspiration, you know, adversity would raise her ugly head from time to time, but I would not focus on it, because I'll be looking at the advancement. Oh my God, I'm no longer looking at adversity through tears. I'm no longer looking at adversity through a hurt heart. I'm no longer looking at adversity through pain and rage, because anytime adversity raised her ugly heads, I could step back and look at the advancement that's about to take place. I could look at it and realize that the same bedroom that I had found you in committing adultery, the same master bedroom that you used your body to become an adulterous state, that same room now can make me $6,000 a month. Oh my God. Talk about what God turns around, He will turn around. Anyway, so adversity was there, and then the advancement came. This is my story, y'all. This is how Harmony Homes came about. So when it came time to choose a name, I did a reverse engineering. I thought about how over the years, for the 3 years we had the home, there was really no peace in there. There was no real harmony in there. There was times I didn't even want to come to the house, drive up to the driveway and just sit out there. It just was not a beautiful facility, but was not a home, was no sanctuary, was no peace. And that's why I named it the opposite, Harmony Homes. Because I wanted it to be a place where the elderly come and find harmony in their lives, where they may have some chaoticness going on, you know, medication and this doctor, and I can't do this no more, and I can't do that no more, where's my family, I can't get no help, how am I going to afford to help it? They have all this chaos in their life. They have Alzheimer's and dementia. They're dealing with all this stuff. But I wanted them to come into the doors and have harmony. So I created Harmony Homes. So I come to tell you, as they say, the rest is history. I come to tell you that out of every adversity that you go through in life, there is some advancement. I don't know why you're trying to open up a residential assisted living facility. I don't know if what I just said relates to you or clicks with you. I don't know. I don't know what your circumstance situation is. It really doesn't matter. All I do know is that if you are dealing with adversity, if you come out of adversity, this very well could be the advancement for you. Because now Harmony Homes services 8 elderly people. Now Harmony Homes has 5 people on payroll. Now Harmony Homes is doing something good every day. What Satan meant for bad, in the midst of the adversity, how God turned it around for good, for His sake. And yes, me and God started talking again. He never left me. He never forsake me. It was me that was hurt. So I come to tell you that learn from my story. The reason you're even watching this online course, the reason you're even having an opportunity to grow and open your own facility is because the adversity was turned to advancement, and Harmony Homes was birthed, and then birthed from Harmony Homes is Assisted Living University. So it all came out of adversity. Oh my God. Every month when I'm paid at Harmony Homes, it's like, thank you, Lord, because he's whispering in my ears that, didn't I tell you that because of your faithfulness, I was going to take care of you? No, I wasn't the best husband in the world by no stretch of the imagination, but I was faithful. And because of the faithfulness to the kingdom of God, because of the faithfulness of God's church, because of the faithfulness of my marriage, because I tried my very best in all that I did, I believe he now gives me harmony and peace beyond any understanding. Oh my God. So now, that's my story. I look forward to one day you building your business, you opening up your facility, and one day you sitting down in front of a camera and you telling the world your story. Maybe by the time you're watching this video, we have helped thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people all over the United States, and maybe even outside of the United States, open, own, and operate their very own residential assisted living facility. Whenever you see any information, any knowledge, anything about Dr. Robert King, or anything about Assisted Living University, or anything about Harmony Homes, remember, it was all birthed out of adversity. So whether you're in it, just getting out of it, or maybe in the process of about to come into it, I come to tell you, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a train, baby. It's your exit into adversity. It's your exit out of adversity into advancement. Advancement is there. God is waiting for you to acknowledge the advancement and then go after the advancement. Oh my God. Let me close like I always do. When your heart is right with God and your desire is to please God, God is obligated to bring you into the company of the people that you need to know, to the knowledge of the things that you need to know that is critical to your success and destiny in life. God bless you. Much success as you venture from adversity